Negative bonus! Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay!
The geographical and historical importance of Preston is very significant. So Preston has been a thriving centre well before the area was developed, and very strategically placed, if you think about it, because you have the Fylde north of the town, and the very word Fylde means field, and you had the areas around Ormskirk and so on, rich in agriculture, the Ribble Valley and so on. And so Preston was an obvious place for markets and for fairs.
We always loved coming to Preston, but it is the best pot fair really of the year. As well, you can see by the stalls, you know, they can go from the 50p speaker right through to a £700 or £800 dinner service, or a figure off Mr. Carter's stall, you know, up to £6,000–7,000, so you get a good variety.
That one's stolen as well, all right? Thank you, my dear lady.
People can come here, as they have been doing for hundreds of years. They can have a good free show. There's the best men in the business that turn up at Preston Fair.
And when you see the dinner plates, my love, at £30 a piece.
Judge Jeffreys came to Preston and he was wined and dined at great expense, and then he went back to London and told everybody what a great place Preston was, and they got a charter from it.
When you're talking about the Guild, it's a good thing to start with Roger of Poitou. Now, Roger's family had helped William the Conqueror at the Battle of Hastings, and as a reward for the work they'd done, they were given land between the Mersey and the Ribble, and in what is called the 100 of Amandanus, which is north of Preston. He wrote a 72-page document in closely written Latin. He gave the merchants of Preston the right to have a merchant guild. And that really is one of the first references, I think, that we've got to this idea of guild. Now, Roger fell out with the king. He fell out with Henry I. And it could be that our first royal charter in Preston is as early as 1100. Henry II was a great traveller. He travelled all around the country, trying to persuade people that he wasn't too bad a man. And it wouldn't be very difficult to imagine him coming to the forest north of Preston on hunting sessions, the city fathers of Preston going along to him and saying, "Your Majesty, we're very pleased that you've now taken over from Roger of Poitou, now as our landlord, that you are going around the country selling royal charters to people. Would you be prepared to sell us a charter?" And the city fathers of Preston, as far as we know, negotiated a price of 100 marks for that charter in 1179. And that's a very significant point in the history of the town. As far as we know, the first guild was in 1328. And they held a celebration then, a very significant celebration in 1328, because Robert the Bruce had come down in 1322 or 1323, and he'd literally burnt Preston to the ground. And it's remarkable that 5 or 6 years after that event, the good folk of Preston could celebrate anything. And so they decided in 1328 to have a ball to celebrate, to put themselves back on the map. And that was the time of the first guild celebration that we know of. Prestonians do take the Guild seriously. I hope they'll continue to do so, because we're the only town in the country that celebrates in this way. It's a marvellous Lancashire tradition, and all of us who are Lancastrians have been brought up with the phrase, it only happens every Preston Guild, which we know is something that doesn't happen very often, and that's a wonderful tradition, and I hope that it will continue.
At any rate, not these types of shootouts.
We are organising a full day's event here on the park. I believe it's the first Guild event of the year. We're delighted also that very many of the suppliers to James Hall and Company have contributed to the charity event, which you know is in aid of the Baby Beat Appeal. And throughout the remainder of the year, we will also be sponsoring specific events. And of course, this evening, we're sponsoring a rock evening in the Guild Hall as well.
Bird, witches, sausages. It's Mr. Punch, right, you wait here and I'll go take some.
And she's won a TV and a video. Come on, give her a big round of applause. Number 37. Doesn't she look lovely?
Well, this one I've had about 3 years, and it was found under a haystack in Kendal. It's been under the haystack for many years, and restored it 2.5 years ago.
An old fairground man that was giving over travelling, and a friend of mine actually bought it to put some stuff in while he was building a bungalow. And then he thought he was too good for that, and he rung me up to see that I wanted. He asked me £65 for it, and I give it him.
It may seem a long time ago now, but the completion of electrification of the West Coast route from London to Glasgow was in 1974. And it was that brought high-speed electric trains to Preston and the consistently high standard of comfort and convenience resulting from the introduction of electric traction made a considerable impact on travel from Preston. There are many events programmed to take place during the Guild festivities this year, and I know that today's event is but one. But I, on behalf of Intercity, wish Preston every success for Preston Guild 1992. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Her Worship the Mayor to unveil the new nameplate on this Intercity locomotive. Mr. Mayor.
Well, Rabbit is a mobile phone communication system, and we're launching it in the northwest in over the next month. So that's why we're here at Preston Guild to actually promote the product. And Rabbit, what better than to have an 80-foot high bunch of carrots?
Flying just from one line.
And the winner is Paul Goff from Nuttall. And well done, guys, everybody in this minute now.
We started work some 4 years ago on what shape the Guild was going to be for 1992, bearing in mind the 72 Guild and previous Guilds were purely of a duration of about 3 or 4 weeks. It was decided some 4 years ago that the Guild in 92 would be of a much longer duration, initially set at about 12 months. But as it happened, it's come down to a period from about Easter down to about the end of September. As you can see from the office here, we've sometimes 10, sometimes 12 people working continually on all the Guild events that are taking place now.
It's just a big race and it's big names in it, and you don't get many rounds up this part of the country, you know, not many big names, so it's just a change, you know, to see a decent race.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 1992 Mill Race was the rider that looked like Shane Sutton, 155 and dollars. There's the bunch going through. Bill Hoban leads the way. You can see our officials that have been Yuri Southrock is next, and it would be number 94. Two of the seven, and these are the gets provided with the plate. Being allowed the service vehicle off, and then looking through the sleep there now is number 16 and Ian Wright. And back originally,
Everybody come out for the day and enjoy themselves and do anything they like.
It's just about, you know, just people from the Caribbean and people from England and things, you know, getting together and having a very good day.
Everybody have to enjoy themselves, behave themselves, and everything silly.
From the Nolan sisters who own this party, and can I ask you to give them a traditional Preston welcome?
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Some sunny day.
yes. We've got wonderful parcels of food which have been compiled by various people in the community. The people who make the intercity sandwiches have provided the sandwiches, the market people have provided the fruit, the cake's been provided by one of the local stores, Booths, and the whole scene is got together by donations, really.
Well, it has been described as England's greatest carnival. We are a town of very skilled workers, particularly the ones who were at British Aerospace, high technological, highly paid jobs. We are a town of very resourceful people who've overcome two slumps in the cotton industry. We will use the Guild to promote us as a place to put down your roots, whether it's for employment or to live. The duties of the Guild Mayor are to put himself at the disposal of every organisation in the town which is putting on a Guild event. Now that does present difficulties because the Guild Mayor is only human, he can't be in more than one place at once. But sometimes I think we are very often in two. But nevertheless, it's all something which I enjoy, and I consider it a great privilege to have been given the opportunity to do the duties that I shall be doing this year. A lot of hard work has gone into preparing for the Guild. People of the town know what it's about. I simply want them to enjoy themselves. If you are not impressed in Guild Week, you are missing something quite unique.
Thing on the head.
Every day, everybody is put through an authenticity check, and if they're not, if their clothing or anything they're wearing, the tiniest thing is wrong, they have to go and do something about it or withdraw from the site for that day.
Look at these links here. I would flatten here. This is very old with your neck. That hand went up ever so. Yeah? These here.
Preston Guild have given us the opportunity to be here for a week and to set up this exhibit, which always gives us ample opportunity to explore the avenues which we normally explore, such as cooking, dyeing, weaving, butchery of meat, pole lading, etc. This is the biggest occasion where we have been able to involve ships. We now have our own Viking ship, a carve, which was a 40-foot full-size replica of a Viking trader raider. It's a vessel would have been a common sight in northwestern European waters 1,000 years ago. The Vikings were a small people who have made a very large impact on northern western European history. They had a courage which is rememberable. I use the word advisedly because the Vikings would have said, men die, cattle die. One day, you yourself must one day die. But word fame well earned, outlives a man beyond his years.
I'm a Guild Burgess and therefore enjoying the celebrations for 1992. Particularly I'm concerned with the countryside comes to town because of my position as chairman of the Rural Development Commission. So it's very important for agencies like ours to be involved with this, which is after all explaining the countryside to a wide population in an urban setting.
Backing out. Oh, it's been left. The favourite's been left at the post, Paul Scarrow and Copper. But it's the young lady jockey. Now they're pressing hard on number 5. And number 3 thinks he's done enough. There she goes. She flies.
I like the religious.
dog does.
Honoured guests, a wet welcome to the Preston Guild Canal and Vintage Festival for 1992.
When we get the dates on today, the different platforms.
But the Royalist flag now. But as you can see, there is now battle like this, unless that is.
Stream!
Preston Guild, 1992. The Mayor of this borough of Preston hereby giveth open knowledge, monition and warning to all and every the free burgesses of this borough, as well inhabitants as foreigners, to this town upon Monday, the 31st day of August, next coming, being the Monday next after the feast of the decollation of St. John the Baptist, at which feast a guild merchant within this town hath hereto been held and kept every 20 years. And now likewise, upon the day aforementioned, a new guild merchant is appointed to be holden and kept according to ancient custom and of divers charters and grants, heretofore made, granted and confirmed to the Mayor, Bailiff.
I am responsible for the civic arrangements of the Guild, and particularly the ceremonies that take place on the 3 Saturdays before the Guild itself, and particularly the Guild Court. The Guild Court is the central feature of the Guild itself. It goes back to the 14th century and represents the occasion when the burgesses of the borough renewed their rights to be a burgess, and the ordinances for the local government of the area were laid down. The Guild Court ceremony involves a recital by me of the various charters which empowered the council to hold the Guild, and that is followed by the existing burgesses and their successors, their sons and this time their daughters, renewing their rights to be a burgess. That is followed by what is called the Latin orations, when a scholar from one of the local colleges makes a fairly small speech in Latin, and the recorder of the borough responds again in Latin. On this occasion, there will then be a short adjournment, and then there will be a religious service to end the ceremony.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! The Mayor and stewards of this present Guild Merchant do now openly publish and declare that all the rights, privileges and immunities of this borough and council are now devolved into the hands of the Mayor and stewards of this borough.
I will now call out the names of leading burgesses from the Guild Roll of 1972 who are seated on the platform, and do hereby request them to rise and bow when their name has been called, to signify that they wish to renew their right of freedom of or within this borough. Ralph John Asherton of Downham Hall, Clitheroe, the Right Honourable Lord Clitheroe, peer of the realm, son of Ralph Baronet, deceased. Reginald Stanley Gray of Ascombe Furnace, innkeeper, brother of Joseph Frederick, alderman of the borough and mayor of the Guild of 1972, deceased. Those burgesses and sons who are present are requested to rise and bow when their name has been called out, in order to signify that they wish to renew their right of freedom of or within this borough. Christopher Parkinson of Kendal. Catherine Elizabeth of Birmingham. James David.
Praetor dignissime, Iudex venerande, decuriona simplissimi, cives Prestonienses.
Ab hinc viginti annos, cum feriae recentissime praeteritae, huius municipii concelebrarentur, neque ego, neque comes mea.
Minime laetitia mea fecit, quod ego primus omnium iudicum venerandorum.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I had intended to make my speech in Latin, but you will be pleased to hear I left those notes at home. I address myself not only to distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, but to the very young people and the children in arms who have been entered into the roll of burgesses this morning. They are the link with the next Preston Guild, and that is extremely important.
And I want to share with you part of a letter that it became necessary for the incumbent to write to the diocesan bishop, telling him of the position reached here in Preston. I have been working hard to get to know the people of this parish, as a shepherd might.
Through Jesus, then, let us continually offer up to God the sacrifice of praise.
Know ye that I have granted, and by this my present charter have confirmed, to my burgesses of Preston,
It is a history of Preston, from the coming of St. Wilfrid to the present day in 2.5 hours. It's 4,000 children, approximately. It's an orchestra of 150, a choir of 650, and the rest of the children are primary children, and they're doing all the actions, dancing, moving, drama, on Avon Park.
Preston, on normal days, is quite a busy town. It's heavily trafficked, it's heavily populated, it's at the centre of the country's communications networks, both in terms of road and rail. And that being the case, any sort of disruption to the town created by extra people in the town or by extra traffic is going to cause some difficulties.
We had a street party just the same as this last time. We decorated the street practically the same as it is today. And last time we actually won £75, which was an enormous amount at that time.
In 1902, I was set on steps of Grey Horse in Church Street. I was only in it by then. I was born in 1899.
Now I have much pleasure on behalf of the Rotary Club of Manchester in putting them in your safekeeping for the Mayor of Preston.
Thank you. We, on our behalf, will see they are returned to the Mayor of Preston by the Rotary Club of Preston.
I received just an hour or two ago the following message, which I'm pleased to speak publicly about at this gathering. I am commanded by the Queen to convey her warm thanks to you and the people of Preston for your kind message of royal greetings sent on the occasion of the Preston Guild. Her Majesty received this message with much pleasure and sends her best wishes to all concerned for a very enjoyable and successful occasion.
We come from Canberra, Australia.
And we were going to come over next year for a holiday because I'm due for some leave, a long leave then, but the Guild was on this year, so we made the effort and brought our trip forward a year so that I could be here this week.
Well, I think it brings the whole community together again, which is something that's severely lacking in the world today. You can go down London and you don't see a community holding together like it used to do. Come up to Preston for the Guild, everybody's a friend.
We're here because it's the Guild, and we came last time, and when I was a kid, I was in the one in 52. We came back for the 72. We're here for this one, so we'll be back for the next one.
Prestonians seem to me to like pomp, but not pomposity. They like formality, but not stuffiness. And somehow or other, there's this piece of magic chemistry in Prestonians where these things are brought together in a, I think, a unique way.
I'm from Portsmouth, but I was born here. I've been away from here for 34 years, but I came back to the 72 Guild and I've come to this one.
We've been here since 8 o'clock. We were here before the band started. And we've been dancing, having a good laugh, singing, joining in, drinking, and then we're going to go down for the buffet and start again.
Absolutely nothing to prepare you for what hits you about 3 or 4 days before Guild Week starts. And I've just rolled along with the whole business, and the adrenaline flows all the time, and I never get tired, and it's just absolutely splendid.
and majestic, yet compassionate and tender, above and beyond us, yet here beside us.
Again, I think we can give thanks for the Guild's traditions of generosity and justice and concern for the poor, qualities we desperately need in our society today. We read that the Guild ensured that cottagers could...
And of course, it's such a delight to be at the Preston Guild together with Cardinal Hume, John Newton, John Biggs, and many of our church leaders, as well as all of you, in spite of the weather. But what have we as churches got to celebrate?
We thank God for the gifts of unity which we have been given, especially for that central person of our Christian faith, Jesus Christ.
We thank you for the people of faith and vision who have helped this community to become what it is. We thank you for the men and women of courage and enterprise who have built up the industries of this borough over many centuries.
I do hereby exercise the privileges attaching to my office as Guild Mayor of this Borough of Preston of admitting the following persons as in burgesses of this borough: Guild Steward and Freeman, Councillor Joseph Hood. His Honour Judge Anthony Jolly, Honorary Recorder of Preston. Guild Steward, Councillor Ronald Philip Marshall. And next, in the hope that he will assist in continuing the traditions of the Guild, my grandson, Henry Thomas Parker Robinson.
The Guild Merchant of the Borough of Preston in the county of Lancaster, holden there on Monday the 31st day of August, being the Monday next after the feast of the decollation of St. John the Baptist, in the 41st year of the reign of Her Majesty.
Do you approve of these ordinances so done by us, and which are consonant to regal authority and the laudable customs of preceding guilds?
So be it.
God save the Queen.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! This Grand Guild Merchants' Court is adjourned for 20 years, or until a new Guild Merchants...
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the business of this adjourned Guild Court. Thank you. I would just like to thank all those people who've done all the work to organise the processions and the many, many events that have taken place in the Guildhall and other parts of Preston. I just want to say, as far as I'm concerned, Preston is the greatest town in the country. And my wife and I have felt extremely privileged to be your Guild Mayor and Mayoress during Guild Week. Thank you very much again.
До следующего празднования гильдии.
See you at the next guild.